Previously on Homebrew Detritus.
Wired earbuds and
Tobacco.
one of my favorite pieces.
If your background wasn't a house, I would assume you were homeless.
And then
Oh God, he's huge.
And
Huge.
hideous. You've never looked at Razbad before. You are rough looking.
yeah, missing an eye. You realize ferrets are in the same family of animals as skunks.
Yeah, but they don't stink like them.
Yeah, they kind of
Right.
They
do.
can.
Yeah,
They
they-
can spray just like a skunk.
So can you.
No, I don't have scent glands.
But you do have butt water.
And
Only
speaking
when
of
I eat Taco Bell.
speaking of butt water, Amon, it's your turn.
I would like.
Wish it.
This guy, which Amon didn't notice earlier, has DR of 2. He has 9 hit points left. You obliterate him.
All right, now we're all melon crazy.
He gets so mad, and it's so funny when he gets so mad.
I do love watching kids get angry at their own failure.
Yeah. Yeah, because like he plays on a team, like he's tall, and I forget how old he is. 10. He's 10. But like there's some like he's in 4th grade, and there's some like 3rd graders on his team. They're smaller than him, and they were playing a team of obviously all 4th graders, and they were just bigger, and like they were getting the rebounds and like they could pass. Like every time CJ passed the ball to somebody, it would get stolen because you're passing into a crowd of all these tiny kids and all the big kids, and he was just pissed because he was playing against this kid that goes to his school, and he can't stand that kid. And he was just like, I don't want to lose this game.
And that kid was just jacking the rock every chance he got.
That kid was, yes, he was.
Well, that's what you get for trying to share the ball. Be a
Right.
ball hog and take the shot yourself.
Why would you watch kids do that?
And her nephew, you know who he grew up to be? Michael Jordan. That's
He
his
would
origin
prefer
story.
Steph Curry, thank
I
you,
don't-
because he looks like him.
Seriously,
I think her nephew grew up to be Larry Bird.
No.
what the fuck is jacking the rock?
Stealing the ball.
You love the ball. If you had to ask, you can't afford it.
$20, save us downtown.
It means a lot. It means something different on the streets. The ex-girlfriend had a kid who kind of took interest in my Warhammer 40K hobby for a minute. I tried to teach him how to play the game, and I wasn't, you don't want to just stump a 10-year-old at a game like that because it's a monopoly amount of time, and I want him to be, into it because I enjoy it and whatever, painting and shit's fun. And I don't know if you know a lot about the game if you're out there listening, but there's certain times where you have to roll a fuckload of dice. And he had his troops and I had mine, and I was like, all right, I just shot at you a bunch. But you have to roll these 9d6. It was 9d6. And only 2 of them needed to be above a 3 for him to basically live and then win. That's where we were at in this game. And I watched him excitedly shake these fucking dice, and he dropped them, and every single one of them was a 1 and 2.
Oof.
And I watched this 10-year-old emotionally die in front of me. Just
I've been there.
yeah, life is over. And I was like, dude, the chances of that happening, you should be happy that you roll. Nobody would roll that. Like, that's something only you could have ever done. This was no coming back. He was done with the game.
Did you kill him after that?
Oh yeah, I don't want him to win the first time on a pity. He had
No,
a
I
good
think
chance of winning.
Noob was actually if you actually murdered the child and buried him in the woods.
I admitted to stealing the Godzilla movie when it comes out. I'm not gonna admit to the murders I've done.
Oh,
Yeah, you never admit to the murders you do. That's just
There's no statute of limitation on that. I'm just
that's
saying.
right. Pro tip: never admit to the
I've
murders.
seen that on TV.
Pro tip.
Did you ever see the documentary Confessions of a Superhero?
Yes.
No, but you've talked about it. It's a
Have I
good
talked
one.
about it on this show?
Not on
No.
this show.
I've never heard anything about it.
So it's a documentary that followed a set number of
Wow.
people who panhandled as
Little.
superheroes on like the strip.
Hmm.
And one of them was like, they were famous like for a small minute. There was the guy who was the Clark Kent, old school Superman. He looked like Christopher Reeves to the point where it was creepy. There was the guy that I actually really liked, who was just this homeless dude who dressed up like the Hulk, and that's how he made money. He showed like this little corner he used to sleep in until they put bars up so he couldn't sleep there anymore, which is a shitty thing to do if you ask me.
Mhm.
But there was the Batman, and the Batman, they followed him into his therapy sessions, and he talked about when he lived in Texas how he had murdered some people, and his therapist said, I need to stop you right now because even though I'm your therapist and all this is confidential, if you admit to murder, I have to report it. Like, so if you don't want to talk about that's fine, but if you do, I just need to let you know that this confidentiality agreement goes out the window when you admit to murder. And he just goes, they'll never find the bodies. So I murdered 3 people in Texas. And I don't know if he was honest, but I feel like he kind of was.
I like his confidence though.
Yeah. They'll
And
never
I
find
mean,
the
hey,
bodies.
if he does get caught, 3 hots in a cot for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
a lot of land
That
to
may be.
Texas kills people still, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said for however long his life will be.
So
Yeah, no. Texas put the express lane in death row. Like
Yeah.
they will kill you next week.
I think when I was in high school, and I've probably mentioned this before, Georgia almost brought back the guillotine.
Nope.
And it was,
I'd go to a public execution.
well, the public execution part
Why?
wasn't part of it, but
'Cause I'm a horrible
they,
person, Matt.
they had a great, like, if you do lethal injection or electrocution, the organs are useless.
Mhm.
But with the guillotine, all those organs can be used to save lives, and it only lost by like a small amount.
That's the
Not
thing.
only save lives, but you can make a ton of money that way.
Yeah, and that's what our teacher was saying, is that the pay-per-views would be tremendous.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the organs.
Yeah.
Sell those organs to a hospital at a government subsidized rate. I mean, capitalism wins.
I don't see why you have to like cut their head off, to be honest with you. There's a lot of good stuff in the spinal column. You can simply just put them under and vivisect them, and they're just as dead at the end.
Cruel and unusual, though, to cut them open while they're alive.
They don't
he said
know.
put them under.
No, they're asleep.
Yeah.
They're put to death. That is euthanasia at its finest.
I don't support the death penalty, but I don't think it should be as wasteful as it is.
You know what else would be actually a pretty non-traumatic to the rest of the body and still salvageable for organs and such? A cow punch right in the ear. One of the air pressure ones, not
Yeah, the No
God.
Country for Old Men.
A nice
pretty sure-
non-traumatic brain scramble.
Yeah.
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 It's clear why we all play D&D and don't do actual things in our government. That's,
Yeah.
these ideas should go nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not a policymaker, thank God.
Noob is trying to do a crotch shot, apparently.
Phone fell in my ice cream. Phone fell in my ice cream.
Oh no.
Mahogany, how would you want to murder prisoners?
I'm not talking. No.
Oh, you're
Obvious-
talking about prisoners? I'm not talking about those. Not that. I'm talking about the rich people.
Gladiator combat.
Oh yeah, they have it coming. Yeah.
I say once you hit over $10 billion, that's it. You're done. Not you don't lose any more wealth. You just lose your life.
Yeah, you
You
know.
win. Congratulations. We'll name a dog park after you, but you're dead.
That's some Nintendo game shit.
We should build an industrial-sized blender and just have them walk the plank into it.
That's pretty instantaneous.
We just killed those things, and now we're back in the dungeon.
No, that's too close to it. It'll be like I couldn't cut it because it wasn't smooth.
Oh no, that's all staying in.
No, gross.
The human
Catapult.
blender. You don't want the human blender to be the opener of the show.
No.
I heard a noob show where you said that I put in his face on Christina Ricci's body just to spite you because I knew how much you hated it. And I wanted you to know that that's true.
I know you did. That's
So the more you hate something, the more I just kind of want to put it in.
Nobody puts baby outside. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
There's too much peanut butter on your popcorn. Fuck you. I'm putting Christina Ricci's body with Noob's head on it at the start of every show now.
Peanut butter this.
That's a bit excessive.
That's a bit.
See, on my
Even for
show,
me.
if you ask to have something taken out, I'll take it out, right, Frakes?
No, you.
I think I heard him say that like 4 times in the final episode that you did.
No,
I
I took
don't-
something out.
Yeah, something. You don't remember because
It was a dumb joke. It was just now you know we're recording. I'm not that dumb. Nice try. It was nothing terrible.
Look, everybody, that's the face of a man who eats yogurt instead of sour creams. Look at that confusion.
Not sour cream flakes.
Speaking of peanut butter, that reminded me of one thing. For my
Feed your dog?
birthday, someone was kind enough to get me a bottle of Screwball peanut butter whiskey,
You're
No.
welcome.
and
No,
that
thank you.
and Chambord together
Oh.
is a peanut butter jelly shot
Oh, cool.
and is
the only way, though.
delicious.
I don't like that.
That's
I don't
the
like
Chambord, it's
only way to
delicious.
drink those
I will
two
try
things.
that.
Ra-
The peanut butter.
Raspberry and peanut butter.
Yeah.
I would try that.
Mm-hmm.
Anally.
I'm not saying I'll drink the bottle, but I'll try that.
I mean, I'll try any drink that somebody offers me.
Oh, really?
That's how I've ended up blacked out in many a parking lots. But
Well, if you'll remember, I brought it to Nerd Bowl, which was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Congratulations on the winner. Insert name here.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to be me, as I have just found out that the build for my character, none of it works.
No.
No, you came a close second.
No.
Yeah.
Also,
you were
Tyler?
close second.
Thanks for picking me first. Whoop whoop.
Other guy,
Pander.
thanks for picking me as well. Whoever the fuck you are.
Josh.
Yeah,
His
it's,
name is Josh. He gives us money. You can at least remember his fucking name.
Nope. I'm already too high and mighty for that shit.
It's not even that he gives us money. You've met both these people before in person. They've played at our table before. Yeah, so you killed 3 off. Frakes, your weapon is still in the circle. The magical tendrils that were coming out of this trap seem to have waned. Which again, you're not sure whether or not stepping back in that circle could re-trigger it or anything without doing more knowledge check. There's also 3 bodies to loot, and the room itself contains goodies galore. Possibly you haven't had time to explore that. So,
Fuck that. Let's leave.
all right, cool. So you guys are back in the hallway.
Wave goodbye to them and go for the goodies galore.
Where do we want to start? We start off. Do you want to quick loot the bodies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the in Hero Lab, the Duragar Tyrant does not have a whole lot on him because his weapon basically was force that came out of his body. He does, however, have his
Gross.
chain shirt seems particularly nice. And as you go through his pockets, you find about 400 gold worth of gems.
It's all mayonnaise.
The sharpshooter.
What has it got in its pockets?
Well, he has a masterwork light crossbow,
All
Yes.
wood.
all wood, and he has 17 crossbow bolts left. He has a plain old warhammer that looks like he might have picked up here in the dungeon somewhere. His studded leather seems none too special. but he also has, he's only got about 16 gold on him. And then the last guy, the Bombarder, he's the one that has loads of things to gather.
Akage is still just staring at his father's glaive, trying to figure how to get that thing out of there.
Oh, for goodness sake, Amon, would you
We
use your
will-
whip and get it out of there?
We'll get to it, Akage. Take your
No,
time.
no,
The
I'm
voice
not-
of God says.
I'm not trying to push it. I was trying to vamp while you were looking up item pieces. So I was simply saying, in character, Akage is not involved in looting these bodies because he's staring at the aforementioned issue.
There are 8 potion bottles on the alchemist.
Just sad Hulk music.
There are 2 potion bottles, I say, after checking. No, I'm kidding.
And there's also a strange jar that's full of, looks like dust.
Instant mayonnaise. Just add water.
Ew.
No, I believe that would be his. Well,
You want me to do spellcrafts now or wait?
Yeah, just give me a general spellcraft, and I'll go through it real quick for you.
all right.
It's cocaine.
Nope, no help from me. Sorry.
No help from our other spellcaster either, huh?
God damn it! All right, that's a 15. I rolled a
That's-
2.
That's plenty.
Okay, good.
That's plenty
I
for
rolled a
everything but
2.
the dust.
Okay.
Is it mummy dust?
Mm-mm.
The mummy dust.
There are 2 potions of Cure Light Wounds, 2 potions of Detect Secret Doors, 2 potions of Expeditious Retreat, and 2 potions of Negate Aroma.
So you're
That
sick,
is that is crazy. Knowing that the wolf tried to scent out
Yeah.
the
If the alchemist was still alive past that round, he was going to go invisible. Then he would have had the option to drink that when the wolf showed up, or if anything that had sense, so he could move around and basically hand cure light potions to his companions to help keep
Yeah.
them alive.
That's
I
funny.
might need one of those, by the way.
It's funny he would have that
Um,
going into a place full of dwarves with no scent. But anyway,
It has regular light mace, regular light crossbow.
shit.
There's 10 more
Hold on.
bolts and
take the
leather
bolts.
armor
I'm not keeping up with those. Light crossbow.
and a light mace. And your
Light
spellcraft check
mace.
would also show that the chain shirt that was special was a +1.
Ooh.
And you guys, we can talk about this later. But there's still some items that are nice that are outstanding that no one has.
yes,
taken
we'll
possession of.
talk about that off camera, but
Just saying.
the crossbow bolt. Who does use a crossbow?
That's Sonder. Sonder picks all those up at the end of the day. We established that.
Yes, I collected my dropped crossbow bolts.
And so the only thing you weren't able to identify was the whatever this
Dust.
magical dust is in this other bottle.
Is it iridescent?
Let me give you the description that it has on there. This normal seeming dust is actually a something powder. That's all it says.
I'm gonna write all that down.
Yeah.
So you'll see that when I send out reports.
She's googling it right now.
It's kind of neat. I like
yeah,
it.
it's a normal seeming dust that is a powder.
Well, actually, wait. You got a 15, right?
13. No, hold on. I rolled a 2. I got a
Yeah,
15.
you had a 15.
15.
And to identify is 10 plus the caster level.
That's correct.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you
sure.
do identify. It's only caster level 3.
Oh.
So it's a magic powder that can conceal the passage of its possessor and his companions. Tossing a handful of this dust into the air causes a chamber of up to 100 square feet of floor space to become dusty, dirty, and cobweb laden, as if it had been abandoned and disused for a decade.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's super. Is there an actual name for that?
Dust of tracelessness. A handful of dust sprinkled along a trail
like
causes evidence of the passage of as many as a dozen men and horses to be obliterated for 200 feet back into the distance. The
That's
results
cool.
of the dust are instantaneous, and no magical aura lingers after this use of the dust. Survival checks made to track a quarry across an area affected by this dust have a DC of 20 higher than normal.
Jesus.
Oh wow.
I will, knowing just the short time I've known these folks and everything, I'll toss the jar to Dorian and just let him know what it does and just trust that he knows when we may need to use it.
Think that's a dexterity check to kex a bottle.
How many uses does this bottle have? Just one? Multiple uses?
That's a
Good question.
It's infinite,
I
right?
think that's a one-use item.
No, it's endless. It's endless. The
It
dust
could be.
replaces itself
It's
infinitum.
a one-time use item.
Oh, that
Now,
too.
if we had the alchemical jug, we just dump that in there, and then it's just permanent.
But now you know it exists, and if you have craft wondrous items and pass without trace, you can make them for 125 gold apiece.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's a cool little low-level abilities thing. It's great for a thief or a group of people who are being tracked by an imposing army or something. You can hide where you're going. It's a cool little spell. Has a lot of utility, I think.
I like it.
Me too.
I like it.
I thank you, and I tuck it
um,
away.
Sure. As that last round of combat is Nim sat down, he did want to study this pattern in the middle that seemed to be causing so much trouble to all of us as well as young Akage.
As Akage looks on longingly at his glaive, I believe Amon had a solution for trying to get his glaive out of that.
Yeah, I'll just try to whip it back. I think last time we did this, you gave me an acrobatics, or no?
No, just do your attack with the whip on it.
Attack or CMB?
There it is. CMB.
Okay. That is a +6 for 16.
Yeah. You're able to Indiana Jones that shit out of
Yeah.
the circle.
Nice.
It flies
It's-
right into your heart.
It
Oh.
scars the hilt up a good deal, though, permanently damaging your father's glaive.
Ugh.
Like, does it take the fragile condition?
Yeah, it's basically broken. It's trash. It's garbage now.
Trash. that +2 weapon you have is now.
Just put some Minwax on it, it'll be fine.
I'll
You
rub it.
should
I'll
just,
rub that.
You should pick up. I will hand you the light mace and offer that as a substitute weapon.
I'd
I pull
also
out the cracked walnut that I keep in my belt pouch for the very reason of keeping the scuff marks off.
I'll also point out you dropped this thing a lot.
Yeah.
I got stunned because I was careless.
You
Oh, wow.
also pass it off to anyone while in the sewer.
Anyone once that happened.
I passed my weapon off once. Once.
Once.
It will never let you live it down.
Ever.
Nope.
All right,
fuck
for the,
one
for the
goat.
sake for the sake of ease, let's go to the map. So yeah, Nim, you wanted to investigate the work in the circle
Yeah.
in the middle.
I feel like Nim's observations, he had time while his wolf was attacking. It doesn't require anything from him really. To see Akage especially encounter and be affected by the illusion
Be incapacitated.
multiple times.
Yeah, it's a magical trap that basically got triggered when a set of things happened in this room. You're not sure what those what would cause it to trigger, other than maybe just stepping on it, but you don't think that would be the case considering its location.
Well, no, and in fact that it hit me before basically just peering into the room that was hit by it, right?
Well, for you, it wasn't just peering in. You cast Detect Magic on
Okay.
it, and that caused its magical energies to stretch out to the source of that magic.
Okay.
That's what you seem to be noticing about this magical trap is that it enticed by other magical energies. The two the green and purple looking orbs that are glowing, when you see magical energies come out, they seem to stretch towards that. And then the big glowing swirly looks almost like a portal at the other end. It reaches out to that a good bit too.
I want to investigate the big one.
Yeah, I was gonna walk over and look at the easternmost orb.
Okay. Like I said, the thing on the east isn't necessarily an orb. It looks almost like an open portal, but it's about the size of a basketball, and the rest of those lights around it are just magical energies coming out of that center part.
So would planes be a thing? I mean, that's something that Nim is very
Yeah, you
adept
could roll
at.
knowledge planes on it.
I was like, can I grab one of the dead bodies and start dragging it towards the portal?
Sure.
Yeah, let's drag one up there.
I
have an
want
idea.
I want to compare what that one to the east, and there are two to the west.
Yeah, the two to the
What-
west are not portals. Those are just glowing orbs. They look like I'm trying to think like what a witch would use to scry with, or
Crystal ball.
crystal ball. Yeah.
I have an idea. Let's throw one in and see what happens. Any objections?
I have one. I'm gonna go stand near the wall, further away.
I like,
Does it seem like is a portal like big enough for someone to walk through?
No, it's like it's the size of a basketball. Like it'd be big enough for somebody to stick their head in, maybe, or if someone was tiny,
Yeah, no,
they could go in without a problem.
Yeah, so throwing a body in there, is
So
that
just-
even feasible?
The body would be a bit too big to put through there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What if you're?
so did the knowledge check give me anything or no? I don't know.
And what did you get?
I got 28.
Okay, it doesn't
Planes?
seem like do you just do knowledge? Do you do any detect magic on it while you're and then looking at
I
it?
mean, I would initially, as I would approach it from the other side of the room, I would probably just be looking, and that would trigger some type of knowledge before I would. I would
It
assume
definitely,
was
it
magical in some
definitely
way.
seems like a portal to another realm. You're not getting any hints of what realm or plane that would go to, but you figure with the size of it, that maybe it just goes to a pocket dimension, and what's kept in that pocket dimension, you're not sure.
Okay, so then at this point, can I do a spellcraft on it to try to help determine?
Yeah.
I'm gonna step in and actually give my help. And yes, I assist you. Now,
All right, so that gives me 2, so that gives me a 29 spellcraft.
Same. Oh. I don't know if he can assist you on the spellcraft.
Right.
Right.
It'll be a 27 without the.
well,
assist.
I would imagine we're talking about what it could possibly be, and I add in a
Oh,
point or
you
two.
could have helped him on the knowledge check, which he got as much knowledge as he can.
Okay.
With that.
Can I see? I mean, like I said, I'm
what-
gonna move up closer to it and look into the portal. So if
Why
I
are
move
you
up
so
here-
afraid to cast detect magic? Just do it.
I already know it's magical. It's a portal. But
Yeah, but the spellcraft, you asked what kind of magic it was. You'd have to
That's what
cast
the-
detect magic, and you did spellcraft.
yeah,
Okay, so it's conjuration.
right.
Right. Like you knew that.
Well, it's a. I mean, if I already knew it was a portal,
Right, but now you know that you're not getting like any other spells off of it, so you know it's not an illusion of a portal. It is.
okay.
Yeah,
So
you are fairly confident that this is
Can-
definitely a portal to a pocket dimension.
Okay,
So-
so if I move here, can I see through the portal? See
You
what's on the
could
other
give me a perception check.
That's not my strong suit, but I'll try. Hey, on a 20 on a perception. That's so it's a 26.
Okay. You're able to shield your eyes from the brightest lights and rays. You see a pattern of lights and rays as they're coming out of this orb, and you can kind of see in there, and it looks like a storage room. It almost mirrors the room you're standing in now, except where this one has just a few wands and rods and those orbs along the walls. the room that you can see in there is littered with magical trinkets, it looks like.
How far away do they look?
It'd be like if he was standing at the door here and looking in. But instead of seeing this room, he sees the same room, but with the floor littered with magical trinkets and baubles and
Could
things
I-
of that nature.
Could I try to snatch one out?
You mean like
with
with
it?
your whip?
Yeah.
You could try.
I have 2 whips, so if I lose one, it sucks, but I have another.
I'll explain what I see and
Yeah.
step to the side a little bit to see if he wants to try that.
See if I can pull anything out. And I roll a 12.
So as your whip passes through the portal, it ripples like water, and your whip comes back.
You said there were rods and wands in this room?
Mm-hmm.
Has
Yeah,
anyone
let's
looked at those?
Let's collect all the rods and wands.
I thought we were doing things procedurally.
Oh. I think that
And
broke
again-
down.
You would just be straight stealing from these people.
Yeah, you guys are straight stealing from these people.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
have
I
many
mean-
moral compunctions about that. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
we're-
I mean you
we're-
can, but that's just no. Yeah.
I mean, Nim would take objection to it. I'm still. I mean, is there a way to expand the portal that he's peering through? Would he know that?
I've met dwarves. They're not likely to pay us much. Just saying.
There might
They're
be
not
a way.
likely to let treasure go unpaid for either.
That also all might just be garbage.
It also might be incomplete stuff. This is
Yeah.
a workshop. I walk over to the wall, pick up one of the wands, and just start waving it around like.
Do you have detect magic?
No, I do not.
No, okay.
May I make a point? We have gotten the Gunderson key.
Mm-hmm.
We have gotten the Volberg key.
Yes.
The Greymane key seems to have already been on the statue.
Right.
This also appears to be the room for the Greymanes,
Yeah,
Right.
no.
as that was a very
That was-
magey-looking statue.
I just.
We are here to find the keys. Yes.
Yes, I was just not going to volunteer to go
Yeah.
crawling through that hole.
I don't think we need to even look in that hole.
Well,
We need to find the Stone and Yarn key and get back to that door.
Oh, we don't have the key from this area.
It was the crystal-topped staff, yes?
but that
No.
wasn't a key.
That
It
wasn't
was
a
a
key.
key.
at all.
It fit into
Ah.
the statue.
Well, then, that was my confusion.
Uh,
I apologize.
all right,
The
fine.
keys go into the door, right? The
Right.
crystal fit into the statue. Which is
I'll
different.
crawl through the fucking portal.
Wait.
Wait,
We have a wolf.
No, we don't.
No.
That thing's long gone.
We have
lasts
someone
for
who can
6
summon
rounds.
creatures.
For 6 rounds, that's 36 seconds.
That may be long enough to find a key, or at least explore the area before we send a living person who does not
Yeah,
dispel
let's
into
not
their own
waste
plane.
Spells.
And again,
Oh,
Dorian,
yes.
you're too big to crawl through it. It's the size of a basketball.
Yeah.
Right,
Again,
and I'm a
I
half
will-
elf.
I will ask Dorian, who can see, if he would mind stepping up and possibly looking with a keener eye than an old elf like myself would be able to see
Yeah.
from.
Very
Don't waste
well.
a spell, waste a rogue.
Yeah, I'll put a
I
wrap
said
spell
look.
around you.
I come over and I lean even into the aura a little bit and look down, and I get a 25. I'm like, what? Can I make out anything that would be different between the two rooms?
No, just that the room you're looking at through the portal seems to be littered with, like I said, trinkets and baubles and wands and stabs, and
Hmm.
the one here only has the few that are hanging.
I really need to get a commission a wand of detect magic or something.
Could Agage look at that orb where the X is?
I do not see an X.
North.
He's talking about the one that's on top of my character.
Oh,
North.
that. Yeah, that is a mundane crystal. It looks like it's not attracting the magical energies in the room at all.
Okay.
How about can I look at this with a trap finder's eye? Can I is this mechanism somehow is this portal mechanism somehow controlled by another part of something else in the room? Like will those two orbs behind me adjust the size of this aperture?
Yeah, give me. Yeah.
I say out loud to our caster types as I'm walking toward them. Which meaning
All
I want you guys
right,
to answer me.
I
detect
don't know what you're
magic.
Yeah, give me that would be spellcraft. You give me spellcraft, trying to ponder on those stipulations that he's thinking of.
I have no idea.
I got a 14 on that.
I got a 17.
And 16 myself.
So I mean,
That's definitely a possibility. To figure out what the command words or the exact rituals would be would require a lot of time, probably.
All right. So it's not part of the solution to the problem. I got it.
We could also come back to here. The solution might be in another room.
We could.
I check the door jamb next to the door to see the hook where the key ring is hung.
And there it is. No, there's not one of
Wait,
those.
didn't we get a potion of detect secret doors?
Oh yeah.
we got 2 of those actually.
Maybe we should use one of those.
Perhaps I should do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Roll. I'm just going to search the room for secret doors,
Okay.
and that's oh yes, I'm doing great on search today. 28.
There do not appear to be any secret doors in this room.
All right, we saved ourselves a potion. Fine.
So
I'm going to stick my hand into the portal.
You stick your hand into the portal. It feels like sticking your hand into a lukewarm water.
Ooh.
You look and it's your hand's fully inside a guy named Luke. I mean, I don't know. You basically it's like that feeling when the water is the perfect temperature to where it doesn't feel like your hands in water.
It's
You
a
know your
float
hands
tank.
in water.
You're
But,
sticking your hand in a float tank.
Yeah, you get a little tingly sensation. Give me a will save.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's not bad. That's not bad. 17.
You hear a question in your mind.
Huh.
What is it you want?
I'm looking for a key to get into the main doors of the Citadel.
And then slowly you feel something materialize in your hand.
Very nice, Dorian.
I pull it.
oh,
I pull it
it's a
out.
penis.
It's the dwarven dildo. That's right, dwarven dildo part 2.
Part 2.
I pull my hand out of the portal, and there is a live spider. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
that'd be
Also a dwarven dildo.
Is it the
Yeah.
key?
It is indeed. It looks like the other keys that you've gotten.
All right. So and I'll tuck it in my vest pocket. Like, all right, let's continue on, shall we?
What was the manufacturer of the dwarven dildos? 'Cause we could totally
It was
plug them
somebody's
there.
Etsy shop.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Love Smith's dwarven dildos.
Love.
Oh, did you find it?
Smith.
I found Love Smith's dwarven dildos.
And tell them that Homebrew Detritus sent you.
Yeah,
You
they'll
will
have
get-
no idea what that is. But that's fine with us.
And you will get
They'll
nothing off
they'll
your
look
deal.
us up on YouTube
No, they
and
won't.
give us
Fuck,
a
man.
mention on for all of Etsy to see.
Insert promo HBD and you'll get nothing.
Anyway, I vacate this area as quickly as possible. We only have one key to go, I say. Let's not waste any time.
Yes, the Stone and Yarns. Stone and Yarnums?
I will continue with the group.
Okay.
Does anyone tell me if I'm right? Stone and Yarnum?
I have no
I think
idea.
Stone
the
and
first
yarn?
thing you said
Stone
was
and
right.
Yarn. Okay.
Not that one.
Thought I had it right in my notes.
The scrum diddlyumptious dwarves. Who knows?
Crumdiddlyumptious dwarfs.
Yes.
The dwarven kind of scrumdiddlyumptious.
Going south.
After my
Oh,
horrible display in that room.
Were y'all done in that room?
Well,
I mean,
We got-
We're
We're
not taking any of the wands or rods. So yeah.
I mean, I was gonna do detect magic, but you made it pretty clear anything would be pretty much stealing to take, so I wasn't gonna waste time on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, you're. It could be considered stealing. Maybe you could see this as a. I don't know. You could give me an argument for it. I'm not going to do it for you
Okay.
because.
here's
Oh.
here's Nims, and Nim is I would just full disclosure, Nim is a good echelon character, and he would not see stealing from dwarves as a kindly thing. However, borrowing something that could be given back to them at the time of their rescue would be seen as a good act to him.
I
okay.
have-
So
I
in that-
Kramer slide back in there and go, I want that and that and that and that and that.
in that regard, if we found some things that would be useful, beneficial us to help them clear out this place, as the dwarves across the bridge have asked us to do, and then present them with the things that we found and recovered from the dark creatures, I would still be fine with that. So I would like to check the room for magical items that particularly stood out if I wasn't blinded for too long.
I was gonna say, can I pray to my goddess, and see what she says about it?
Yeah,
If
let's
she
let's
gets-
go down that road again.
he attaches the scorpions to his nipples.
No, I was
and
gonna
begin to dance about with his two whips.
I was gonna activate my swift action to cause myself to bleed for 1d4, and then do a prayer.
I'm just all I was trying to say is basically I'm not okay with taking gold out of their pockets, but if they have a wand or a potion or some type of sword or something that would help us bring salvation to this place in some way,
Yeah.
and that we could give back, I would be fine with. Like I say, if the dearly
You just
departed
want to know
Bronze
what you're passing up on first.
I'm
You've
not
sold-
passing
you-
up on
you've-
anything.
You've sold me on it. So do you?
Yeah.
The thing is you've now you need to figure out what those things are in the room.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do some identifies on those.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a detect magic in the four corners, and then anything that stood out, I would like to do a spellcraft on those.
Yeah. So just to alleviate some time here, there are the rods are null, non-magical, but they look like they are ready to be infused with magic. With your detect magics, you get the sense that the two glowing orbs at either side of the room are used somehow to assist in the creation of magic and recharging stabs and rods and wands and whatnot.
Okay.
Ooh.
4 of the wands you find are already magical. 2 of them are wands of cure light wounds,
Handy.
both at 20 charges. One is a wand of shield
Ooh.
with 8 charges, and the other one is a wand of bear's endurance
Oh.
with 5 charges.
Hmm.
Bear's endurance. That's con, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I think one of you's already got a necklace of that wouldn't help, but somebody else has only got a potion of it.
I could definitely use some of
Someone has a potion.
It doesn't stack, obviously, but it's if you I mean, that's pretty sweet wands.
All right.
So I will pick those up, and I will present those to the group and say that we may need these, but we could also return them to their owners. So I'm fine with that. But that's not something I'm gonna put in the list to be sold later.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. But,
Yeah.
I agree. And once we reach the Dwarven Citadel, we should let them know that we had picked them up and let them decide what to charge us for them.
Yeah, and that's honestly a good response with what Nim knows about dwarves.
But I
Or we
guess-
can just give them back and say we found these, and we wanted to
we
return
might.
them.
We
And I'll
might
let
need
Akage roll that bluff
to
check.
At any
use
rate-
them.
At any
Is
rate,
what I'm saying.
Dorian turns around and says, "All right, this hallway is clear." And realizing that no one's behind him because they all went back to the arcane room, he stalks back up the hall.
Well, I was gonna say after saying that, I take one of the wands of Cure Light Wounds and go ahead and hit myself with a charge of it.
I've been asking for healing for a while.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, if you can cast it, pick it up and cast it. Saunders already got one of those.
Yeah, there's
How many
only
charges
two.
does the Cure Light have?
I think there's
20.
2 left.
I'll take
Oh.
one then.
Yeah, the one that we have has 2 charges left on it.
Then don't use
Damn
it.
it.
No. We just picked up 2 wands with 20 charges.
I know.
know.
Use their wands.
I
Yeah,
know, that's what
use
I'm
their
saying
wands.
is
No, burn up our wand so that we can say we had no choice but to use these wands.
I'm just telling you, Nim is going to be completely honest with them. So any
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
is thwarted.
And as will Razbad, and say, like, I've had honesty beaten into me my whole life. So we've used every bit we could of our own personal stock, and then we're forced to use their wands.
Except for the scatdillion potions we all have. But,
all right. So for the first one from our wand is 5 points.
Thank you.
Oh, that's
For
cool.
and oh shit, I dropped it. I'll roll another one.
Did you say that less suspicious?
No, I really didn't.
Well, no, everyone heard it on her mic.
Yeah, it fell on the
I dropped
floor.
it on a 2, and I roll another one.
And it is super suspicious because this one is an 8.
Don't
Well, I
be
mean, it's 9
suspicious.
point.
Don't be
It's max
suspicious.
healing.
Good.
This
And that
one
will
is
top me.
max.
Oh, wait, hold on.
All right, let's continue on, Dorian.
Anyway, I have a 19 on stealth moving down the hall and a 30 on perception when I get to the end of it to look into the room beyond.
Or you make your way
What
towards.
a waste of a natural 20.
Maybe.
Always.
You make your way towards the end here. You had looked at this room briefly earlier, but now that you're close, you can see that this is like a very nice tavern. The walls have, you can see in this beautiful Arkenforge map, you can see that there's the mounted head of a giant stag. Tables, beautiful stone wood tables, a huge bar. You see fresh fruits. You see a stand for making meat pies and things, fresh vegetables against that back wall. With that natural 30, though, you see a guy crumpled next to the bar, surrounded by empty mead and liquor and wine bottles.
It's me.
When you make eye contact with him, he stands up. He's human. His hands wrapped in cloak pulled tight. He looks like kind of an older merchant. He goes, "Oh my God, you're not monsters!" And he begins to run towards you, his arms out, his face red with drink, and tears begin to stream from his eyes.
Before he gets like within arm grabbing distance, I have my sword pointed at between his eyes, like, stop it.
He comes up and stops. He goes, am I mistake? I've been hiding here this whole time. I'm so happy to see a human face.
Like,
What witchcraft
Wait,
is this?
what-
What have I done?
Excuse me, I might have missed it. What race did you say he was?
human. He's a
Okay.
well. I don't know what you've done, but you've completely besotted yourself here at this bar. Do you have any weapons?
He's kind of, you can see him now doing the drunk like this. He pats himself when he opens up his cloak, and you can see he's well dressed. His pockets are full. You see, just full of wine bottles and gold rings and trinkets and chains. And he goes, "No weapons." And he closes his thing back up. "I'm a trader here on business, and I saw that everyone was running, and I'm not a runner, so I hid. And it was a big mistake. The doors sealed and monsters came out of the walls, but they didn't find me here."
I roll 18 on sense motive. Is he here on business? Is that baloney?
He seems to be being honest.
Oh. What's your name, old man? Oh, actually, how old is he?
Late middle-aged, but the drink probably has aged him a little bit more.
Fine, I'll stick with that. What's your name, old man?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first bump bucket.
God,
Hey,
Damn it, Kevin.
yeah, fuck, man. Turn
So
the game
loud.
down.
You're
Don't
at like
get
a
that loud.
25, and we need you at a 4.
You only get that loud if you're saying "shut up, Matt." Otherwise, you can't.
Yeah.
be that
It
loud.
was so loud that my headphones staticked.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
cut out.
Mine was
there
just
was
done.
there was a feedback loop.
At any rate, what's this fella's name?
Rito Bumfinger.
Burrito.
I sheathe my sword and go, "I'm sorry."
And
Was that
your
euphemism?
name, Savior from beyond the doors?
Honeybriar, Dorian,
Oh,
Honeybriar.
sweet Honeybriar. And he walks up and he gives you a hug.
Just sweating scotch out of
I-
every pore.
I call him down the hall. I found a survival. I've got my hands clutched very tightly on my valuables.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 24.
Okay, yeah, you seem like you've got everything fine.
Oh,
And as you call back to your other people, he looks, he goes, "Oh, more heroes from beyond the walls." And he begins to run up to each of you in turn to give you a sweaty, drunken hug.
I say we have a survivor. Careful, he's a hugger.
The first
I-
one would be Razbad.
I'm
and
I'm doing an
I
inventory
guess
check immediately.
I stiff arm him.
Oh,
He is not hugging me in any way, and I am not coming down from that.
a brutish orc, but a savior nonetheless. And then he turns to hug. And a dwarf. A dwarf made it through all this combat. And he gives you
No,
a
thank
hug.
you.
Oh, nobody
thank
has.
you.
What about you, young lady? And he runs
No.
up to.
And
to
no,
hug
we
you.
don't let him. I don't let him pass.
Oh, well,
Akage and I are standing next to each other. I will bouncer stop him from passing us.
You should have a seat and sober up. This is no time to be drunk.
I've
go and-
done more than drunk than you've done with not
I'm
drunk. I
about
can
ready-
promise
I-
you that.
Can I
I want to try and knock him out. Like,
Can I,
Kevin.
Wait a minute.
No.
He's gonna punch a dude.
before this, I would like to. How?
Possibly.
Yeah, I have to touch him. But yeah, I'll come up and I will put my finger on his forehead and I will cleanse of alcohol.
Oh wow.
oh wow.
So you walk up and give him a touch on the forehead and cleanse him of alcohol. You see,
He can fortitude save if he doesn't want to.
he will attempt it. He likes his drink.
Yep.
That's a 4 on the die.
Yeah, it's a DC. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, wait.
Where did it go? I don't know.
He does get a bonus 6 because
14,
he's a
15?
drunk.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, he didn't make it.
You're
He
not
immediately starts
He's
shaking
cleansed.
and falls over.
So the redness leaves his face. His slurry swagger halts, and then he screams in pain as he reaches his hand out of your cloak that you didn't notice, and a ferret is latched onto his finger.
Yeah, that's what you get, sucker.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Check-
lady, you've got dangerous pockets there. And then you hear a bag drop, and Dorian, your gold pouch, you see.
I kill him.
you realize now that the pouch you have isn't the same pouch you normally carry your gold in. Not only did he steal your pouch, he replaced it
Switched it. He
with
did.
one of similar weight. Something
Indiana
only-
Jones
Indiana
style.
Jones.
Indiana Jones.
I
Something
snag
only
my
a very, very skilled pickpocket would be able to do.
Yeah.
I grab my pouch up and look inside the bag he gave me. What the hell's in there?
Say somebody
Uh.
turn him upside down and make sure he hasn't got anything else in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Nim, as obviously as he came up with the rest of the group, would he recognize him since Nim was obviously around probably when he was in Yarnum? If he's of similar, actually probably younger than Nim, but
Give me a knowledge local.
rolled a 17, and that gives me a 27.
As he pulls his hand out with the ferret attached, and it starts to click, Rito Bumfinger is kind of a local legend. He has been banned from more establishments than anyone else in Yarnum. He is a known pickpocket, but he has never been proven guilty of pickpocketing because he's never been exactly caught in the act. But pretty much any party or gathering he has ever attended, people have mysteriously come up short, be it the gold that they had on them or the things that were in the house. He has been known to get drunk and say that it's not his intention to steal, but stealing is his intention.
Okay.
Razbad, you should shake his hand.
I know actually what I'm.
He didn't catch that.
I will
Yeah.
give him the orcish handshake, which is a hand around the throat, and slam him against the wall.
Leave him be. Leave him be. He's harmless.
Well, I don't know
He's-
about harmless.
He screeches.
no-
He screeches as you slam him against the wall. He goes, "Please, please! I thought the monsters were gone. You brute!"
They are gone. I'll put out. He is a resident of Yarnum, of somewhat questionable repute.
I will
What?
say to him,
This is
or
Bumfinger.
I will
know him.
interrupt Nim
Okay.
and say, I
Kevin
will
interrupting
escort-
people? Wow. Change of pace.
I will say to this thief, we will guarantee your
I've
removal
stolen your
from
words, have I,
this
Razbad?
from this location, provided you only leave with what you came into this establishment. And look at his bulging pockets full of rings and obviously stuff that is not him. And then let go of him, give him a chance to actually empty his pockets of what are not his possessions.
I, sir, am a merchant and came in here with most of these goods for sale.
Is that why Miss Saunders' ferret bit your finger while you were digging into her pockets?
I can't control what my hands do sometimes. It's a force of habit.
The
Sense
Biden
motive?
defense.
Sense motive, sure.
Ah!
I have a +7 to that. I think my second best stat. 11.
This dude seems
may
very
I
honest.
also sense motive?
You may.
That is a 28.
While some of what he says is obviously true to you, it's exaggerated. You do think that he might be a kleptomaniac who just happens to be really good at picking pockets. He doesn't seem evil, like he's doing it out of spite or anything. Like his hands tend
He
to
just
wander.
can't help himself.
But however, the word most is what you know is a lie. That some of the stuff he has on him, he definitely brought in to sell, but probably under the pretense to get around other stuff to steal. And since everything has gone awry, he has spent his time drinking and stealing and hiding from monsters.
Yes, very adeptly. Can Nim? I mean, I'll let Nim have some other things to say before Razbat interrupted him. But then we'll continue that this is Bum. Is it Bumfinger? Is that what you said? his name
Rito
was?
Bumfinger.
Rito Bumfinger. He is very. He is a.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. A native to Yarnum, and while yes, he does have some questionable habits, he has been banned from many establishments in Yarnum. He has he's never been found guilty of anything, and he definitely shouldn't be left to be eaten by monsters in this place.
Well, if you're here, then the doors are open. We can all leave, right?
Oh, that's where you're wrong, my friend. Please bring him into the bar.
Yes, we should
Still
have
gonna
a
need him to-
conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna still need you to empty most of those things out of your pockets. I know those aren't. They can't all be yours.
After all, rescuers deserve a reward, I say as I'm pouring myself a drink.
Gonna
Yeah.
need to come clean to
I would
us or
think-
to the dwarves.
Right. I think we should check him for obviously if there's anything that we recognize of our own here, and then obviously let the dwarves check him before we leave him in their
agree.
care.
I will keep my distance.
But the
Yeah.
first thing we need to check is to make sure he does not have the Stonen Yarm key in his possession.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's true.
Turn out your
your
pockets,
pockets.
Bumfinger.
So he walks up to the large table and goes, "Well, you ruined the buzz I had, and you're not here to rescue me because the doors are still closed, and now you want me to empty my pockets."
Yes.
And then he
Yes.
looks hesitantly at the hefty half orc and goes, "Fine."
Yeah, I'll let him know. I can keep ruining his buzzes until
So he
until
starts
he does what he said.
he starts taking all these things out of his pockets. He comes across a few bottles that he'll sip out of and then put them down. So he's slowly trying to get his drink back on. There are
Is that a 0 level spell, Saunders?
It is. So if he gets out of hand, I'll do it again.
That's really cool.
Love it.
I am so glad that you took that.
You are literally a buzzkill.
I mean, I took it for my own purposes because I do like to have a good drink myself, but you also got things to do in the morning. You know?
It's true.
That's what I took it for. But if it works in this capacity,
Does
I'm
he have
drunk. Time for bed. I'm not drunk anymore.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
Have your cake and also drinks.
Perfect.
Good time.
Does he have what we're looking for?
He does not have any key that you would be looking for.
Okay, then I will slam my arm down on the table about halfway through the goods and slide them into a bag of my own. I'm like, and if you want these back, you'll sit your ass down till we're done.
He gives you a knowing look and goes, "Instead of sitting here, I'll probably hide behind the bar again. That's been my safest spot here.
All right, make yourself comfortable.
I will warn you, there's a weird magic room to the north of here.
Oh,
I heard
found it.
strange sounds and fighting from there earlier. Oh, that might have been you, the drink, you know. But I didn't go further. I didn't go further from the bar. This
Actually-
direction, and he shows, further to the east here on the map. I heard strange sounds, and honestly, after what I saw with the initial chaos, I just figured I'd hide here mostly and wait for reinforcements to come in and rescue.
Yeah, I'll reiterate. Yeah, you should probably stay here. And besides, you're still not welcome in any
Actually-
establishment in Yarnum, correct?
It may be more beneficial for him to hide in the room to the north.
No,
But-
he will steal all the dwarven things that we left up there.
But
Well-
if there is an enemy approaching, it will be stunned.
No, that trap is dissipated.
Is it?
Yeah.
It,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
it
Oh.
was powering down.
And plus, it would
Oh.
hit him too if it came in there. So yeah.
Well,
this
it's
is-
fine if it hits him.
Okay.
He won't feel anything.
If while he's settling back down to drink, I'm gonna check the shelves once again. Is there any Crathian gin or any thing like that?
This bar seems like it was set up to appease high-end merchants. It is full of any high-end. There's high-end stuff in here maybe you've never heard of, but it
That's
looks
fine.
delicious.
I'll take something I'm familiar with that's foreign.
She's tapping.
May we continue?
Just toe tapping.
Yeah. I'll finish my drink, tuck a expensive bottle of something fine away, and head on.
Okay.
I do give you a look, but not the sternest of looks.
No. We
Like,
all
you
have our
shouldn't do
vices.
that, but I get it.
Yeah, it's I'm chaotic good. I can understand that happens,
What-
and
What
but
bottle?
I am don't abuse it type is the look.
Yeah, don't you dare bring that as a birthday gift and then open it
And then
and
share
give it to
half
other
of
people
it.
at that birthday. Don't be that asshole.
All right.
The Kage, however, offers absolutely no judgment.
I will head into the next hall looking for threats and traps.
Okay.
There's
I feel like we've got some more time here.
Hey, did he steal anything else? Anything else from anyone else that we found
Yeah,
out?
did we find all of our own stuffs?
The only person he was able to touch was Dorian and you when you went up and did the
We cleanse alcohol.
cleanse alcohol. Everybody else was like,
That's
"Don't
right.
hug me, you red-faced asshole."
Yeah.
Mm.
He's still got your stretch rat though.
Yeah, he caught your stretch rat.
No, Feisty ran back
That's what
into your
you call
robes.
noodling.
Noodling.
Man, that kind of makes me want to keep a mouse in my pocket from now on.
Thumbtacks work well too.
How to make Nim want a familiar.
That was actually an old. So my friend was telling me how in some place where his dad lived in Africa, what they would do is they would get a rope and glue razor blades to it and throw it through a window and try to get your wallet. And if you see me try to grab it, they yank the cord and just cut your hands up.
Why would you grab a rope with razor blades
Well,
on the end
that's
of
the
it?
point. They're not supposed to know it's in there.
Yeah, you would never know that the razor blades are in the rope.
It's supposed to give them enough time to get the fuck out of there.
This is
Oh,
where I
God.
Mom
really
has
want
some
to
weird
cut to.
tricks.
I'm thinking of a string with a razor, like a razor blade tied to the end of a
Yeah,
string. Rope
I
is
think they're talking
is
about
thicker.
a heavily woven hemp rope,
With razor
You-
blades.
a razor
This is-
blade in.
razor blade.
Rise up.
Rise up lights.
Right?
This is where I'd really like to cut to what's the red letter media, the how many knobs do you see? Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Surviving edge weapons.
Surviving
Yeah.
edge weapons, where the guy
How
had the
many-
razor blades on the inside of his hat,
Yeah.
so he could take his hat and just slap you in the face with it, and it would cut you up.
Oh, the old Peaky Blinders trick.
Yeah,
that's
Blinders, yeah.
that's old school.
And where it cuts to the dog. How many edged weapons do you
Ugh,
see?
how many edge weapons do you see?
The dog.
How many edged weapons do you see now?
Here's the cops busted up a Satanist cult for some reason in this.
Yeah, because it was the 80s and Satan was big in the 80s.
Like these people had the cops so gaslighted on Satanism, like it's ridiculous. At any rate, I didn't get very good on perception check heading into this hall. It's a 12.
Okay, so what you see is a hall that goes both north or south.
I'll flip one of the coins I recently confiscated from what's his face. Ding.
South. If past experience means anything.
Mm,
Which it doesn't because they've already broken with the symmetry of the other side.
South.
South it is. And again,
Dang.
all of you are respectively 10 or 15 feet behind him. At this
There you
point,
go.
we're just moving him to show.
South. Shukum, gum, gum, gum.
Alrighty. The hallway will go straight to the east, or it'll curve south again, it looks like.
Well, nothing has shot an arrow at me here, so let's continue down.
Jesus.
Since Akage and Razbad are both behind him and can see farther, does it look like that hallway ends?
Looks like it turns.
To the north?
Yeah.
The one
Yeah, it looks
straight
like it
No, no,
turns to
no.
the east.
No, when we come down 10 feet behind where that big black open space is,
That's a wall.
is it a wall?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. Okay.
Wall.
Yeah, it doesn't look very well.
Yeah, I don't
on
have
this
the
thing.
60-foot dark vision
but-
aura on.
It looks like a wall on mine. But
I mean, it kind of looks like a wall. It looks like a void.
Yeah, it looks like a void
Also.
to me. Okay.
I see both sides of it.
I mean, you are the DM. I take your word for it.
Thanks.
There
I mean,
is a
It's your world.
hallway going north at the end of the hallway Dorian's currently looking at, correct?
Now Nim
Yeah.
is showing. Please start Manicam.
what?
Or
really?
choose
What's-
another video source.
Your camera.
What's a Manicam?
The
It's the most premium porn camera out
did
there.
I-
I'm
where
not
I
on the
just
dropped my
bottom
keys.
anymore.
yeah, it's mini cam, which was
Manny.
something I was trying to.
It's Manny Cam.
Hold on a second. I need to go OBS.
All I know is that if my camera cuts out, do not expect me to solve the problem. You're just going to be looking at Clovis the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey.
Hey, now you're on the bottom.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, Saunders happy.
Just where he belongs.
So Dorian, you went south.
Yes.
We discussed that is a wall. And
Right.
That looks like
moving
a
on.
wall.
Yeah.
There's also another route that goes further south, I can see.
It's
Yeah.
like the interior walls don't look there's not very much distinguishment
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
full wall.
Understood.
Looks good on my. I mean, it's anyway.
It's
All right.
fine. Let's move
Dorian's
on.
leading it. Yep.
Yeah, let's not sit here and talk about the merits of how a wall should look for 10 more fucking minutes.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
The point, she is belabored. Let's move away. Go away.
You're in the head.
I am, and I said we're going to the
We're going
tunnel
s-
going further south.
All right. Here's why I let that drag on for a while. Because you didn't give me another perception check.
Oh, you didn't ask for one. All
No,
right,
I didn't. Because I'm not going to.
Oh, okay,
You
fine.
didn't
Get
search
it.
for traps.
22.
Oh, no.
Dorian steps
That is-
into a trap. And
Fine.
we'll see you next week.
Oh,
Now, if that is not a cliffhanger,
Oh,
no, that's
It's a-
bullshit.
that's a pit hanger.
It's a
Anecdotal
pit hanger.
bullshit.
I was
No.
like, yeah, you see, there's you could go this way or that way. You're like, I think I want to go south. I'm like, okay, and nothing happened. We started talking about a
I
fucking
mean-
what a wall should look like. So yeah, you fell in a trap.
If I okay, I don't know what what is the never mind. I'll talk.
I
to you
actually, if you got a 22 on the perception, I don't think you saw it anyway. So
about it. That's fine.
yeah, but yeah.
Otherwise,
that's,
I guess you need to say you're going to do a perception check every 5 feet, right?
Every 5 feet, that's a
20
lot.
feet.
No, it
Every
covers
20 feet.
30 feet.
Yeah, well, you know, if I give you the I normally don't say give me a perception because then like there's a trap ahead.
Well, yeah, you have to pass the perception though, right? See it.
no,
You have
passive
to actively look
perception's
for
not in
traps.
this game.
All right, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Wait,
There's a feat and an ability where the DM has to tell you when a trap is within 10 feet of you.
Who wants that though? That sounds awful.
well, no,
No,
they have to
Yeah, but
give you. They have to give you a perception check.
Yeah.
Right.
Usually, they roll it in secret to determine whether or not.
it's supposed to be the DM rolls for the rogue if they have that.
I'm fine with having not checked. It's fine.
Yeah. You'll get a reflex save when we come back, and you'll probably evade it, or you'll fall to your death.
Well.
That's what we'll look for in the next episode.
If I know Dorian Honey Badger, I bet I know what kind of boots he has.
And if you do fall to your death, there's an accomplished pickpocket that can join the party.
Yeah.
Please play Rito Bumfinger. First
Rito
name from the
Bumfinger.
bucket.
Oh no.
That
How do
would
you
be
put it-
awesome.
How do you put a name in the bump bucket? You ask viewer, I imagine. Well, you sign up for a Patreon, and you put a name in there, and you can get as detailed with it as you want. Josh didn't just give me a name. Josh gave me the dude's look and how he acted, and that he was a kleptomaniac. He gave me the whole backstory, and I was more than happy to use it. But you can just throw any old thing in there if you want to.
At what tier?
Josh, I don't know you,
What
but I can
Patreon
hang out with
tier?
your NPC.
What Patreon tier do you have to sign up for to put a name in the bump bucket?
10?
Yes.
Question mark?
A question for Toker.
I don't know things.
Look, you could give us, what is it, $5 a month? What's the lowest one? Is 3?
The lowest is $3.
You don't get shit for 3, but you get our appreciation, which is basically nothing. It's like donating money to charity for somebody else's gift, and you just
Hey.
give them a card saying, "Hey, I gave PETA
Yeah,
You get
the
to
money
sign
for
the
you."
card.
And you're like, "I don't like PETA. You should have given
Or-
me the ASPCA."
But we
you
appreciate
fucks."
very little, so that's a pretty valuable thing to buy for $3. We don't
Or
appreciate
our
shit.
$3 tier is like putting your name on a star.
Yeah. Here's some moon property.
Yeah, here's a square foot of the moon.
I
Yeah,
named
I
a
I've done that at
shower
least 6
after
times
you.
for girlfriends. That's a valuable thing. Trust me.
At $5 a month, you get all the behind the scenes shows.
Yeah.
We've
That's our
got
5e show. That's our new show.
No, that's free to public.
Oh, Noob is free.
Second throne right
Noob
now.
is free. We have the 5e show. We have,
Various
us
movie
watching
watches.
movie watches. Anytime we do a live Twitch, which we haven't done one in a while, but we put the back one up so you can watch that one at any time. And then at $10 a month, you get to put a name in the bump bucket. We mail you some fucking stickers, literally fucking stickers. And then
Is
at
that-
$1,500 for 1 month, you can kill any character in this game.
And replace them with any character you
Yeah,
want.
whatever you want to do with that character is totally up to you. This
We
is your
have
show
to
for a month.
Play.
Yeah.
At least one session.
And if you don't want to spend any money without getting something material in return, you can order stuff off Redbubble. That way
Hey.
you support us and you get cool gear. Or you can just share this show.
Yep. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media. What do you Zoomers like?
It's
don't
like
know.
when it's somebody's
Zoomers.
birthday. I'll go back to that analogy. And on Facebook, you just type in HBD. Oh, which is also homebrew detritus, but happy birthday. It's just as lazy, but we appreciate it way more.
Yes, yes. It helps us out a lot. Just like liking, subscribing, hitting the little notification bell. That tells YouTube that people are interested in our stuff, and we're throwing a little money at. I mean, we're not, but we are.
Parents just died a little on the
We'll
inside.
never get YouTube money.
Yeah, I paused it and typed before I sneezed.
You know what? I don't want YouTube's money.
No, I don't
Your
want
money,
YouTube's
the
money
fans'
either.
money. It smells
Yep.
better. It tastes good, and it buys me stuff.
Well, right now it keeps the show going.
Yeah,
It
that's
does.
that's the most important part.
Because
I
we
thought
totally wouldn't do this otherwise.
I thought we were powered by love and friendship.
No.
Yeah, and rainbow farts and unicorn dreams.
The answer was inside us all along.
The love and friendship song from Miami Connection is phenomenal and would be enough to bring us back together if something tragic ever happened.
That's true. Yes.
See, I
The
think
real-
that's the most entertaining I could ever do a call to action, and I feel really proud of doing it because I
That
don't
was
know
I
how
like
to do
it.
those.
Can we get dragon
Good.
sound on here?
Did
Yeah,
good.
copyright, just take it.
But the real money is the
Dang it.
friends we made along the way.
Like
No.
Rito
Is it? I don't
Bumfinger.
know.
Yeah. See how that sounds stupid? It sounds just as stupid when you say the real treasure is the friendships you made along the way. Same thing.
Why did you say it again?
I'm curious to what Rito Bumfinger's sleight of hand is.
It's
Oh,
high.
it's 27.
I bet it's like stupid high.
That's all the thing.
Is
And you
that
can
his
just-
build? Is his
Yeah.
build just super sleight of hand?
Yeah, he's an NPC that I built in my head. I don't know. He's
Yeah.
got a really high. He's got a really high sleight of hand, though.
I like him. Y'all really, yeah. I liked him.
He's
Yeah.
a prodigy.
Yeah.
He's the fire starter.
Great.
Maybe
You're
you
way
don't
too
have-
hard on.
Maybe
You are way too
don't
hard
have
on people
time.
that have been robbing bodies.
Anyway, share our videos to our various social media. We need the
Yes.
exposure.
Please.
Please, please.
Get our name out there. HBD, homebrew detritus.
Really, only HD.
Well, actually, no, we've been spelling homebrew as one word, so
Yeah.
it's just HD.
HD.
See?
But that's how I like HBD too. It sounds
I do. It
More
rolls off the
fun.
tongue.
It's supposed
Yeah.
to be 2 words, but you know.
we do what we want.
I don't
Yeah.
know. We're pretty slapdash most days.
HBD sounds like HPV, which people are familiar with.
Ugh.
And there's a vaccine for that.
Yeah.
That's not a
50% of
that's not a
Americans
positive
know what those
association.
mean.
I think most people. Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, we're just as good as dickwarts.
That didn't drag on at all.
Jesus.
You gotta trim a lot of that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to my club, Park Avenue, Central Florida's hottest nightclub. We have a special treat for you today. We have a new house band with a new dimension in rock and roll. We have the one, the only, Dragon Sound.